Welcome. Didn't see
Oh,
that.
I didn't get the memo to do the like pretend to not see the audience. I was just enjoying.
That's because we shouldn't do that.
But you know what? Next time, I'm just gonna be off screen the entire cast. I'm just
now that you have shown up here and walked into our wonderful little show, I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Like,
hey, welcome to the Death Metal Cast. This is the show where we bullshit for the majority of it, basically. And then we let you guys vote on stuff. I'm
Perfect.
Ben, voice of Wiz. This guy who hates me is Chad.
I'm Chad. Voice of Poopstick. Ben's foil.
That's Liam. Voice
What's
of
up,
Liam.
guys?
Hey, and I'm Billy. I was also the voice of Wiz and Boomstick once, sort of, but mostly radio.
Yeah, that was really great. One of my best bits.
That's true. One of your best bits.
Yeah.
It was.
I wrote it.
I guess technically you wrote it.
He done jotted it down.
Yeah. All right. Well, awesome to have you guys here. If you're watching this live on Wednesday at noon Central Time, thank you so much. And thanks to the first members. If you're not first, you can sign up to support us and watch exclusive content and see the new death battles before anyone else, including the upcoming Dio versus Alucard.
Yeah.
Which is coming up next week. Directed by this guy.
Very soon. Yes. Very excited for that one. It's a blast. And we've got a little preview for you later on to watch you. It's gonna be really good. That's the thumbnail that I made. And everyone was like, we like this thumbnail. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, we'll be showing off the sneak peek later on in the show, but Liam has been dying to make this episode.
Yeah.
Forever.
For hashtag a long time.
Emphasis on dying.
I think ever since the first time we were just like, what would the researchers like to do? And like immediately you were just like Alucard versus Dio.
I believe when we were talking about the 10th year anniversary season is going to be like matchups that have history for us and whatnot. I believe this was the first one that we basically decided like we're doing this. Yeah. So much so that we kind of announced it literally a year ago in our wolf battle.
That one isn't. And people think that was me being cheeky. Ben, that was actually a you idea, as I recall. You were like, we'll hint it.
Yeah. We had already basically confirmed that episode. So I was like, yeah, why not?
We had a big call with the researchers to be like, what do you guys think about these matches? And
Dark Behemoth
every single person was like, yeah, Dio, Alucard.
What's Dark Behemoth saying?
No, he says I can feel the Liam bias in the previews.
Oh, snap.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll see how you feel after you see the sneak peek later on this show, because it might change your mind.
Yeah. Who knows?
But another big thing we will be talking about today is Red versus Blue Family Shatters, which just premiered on roosterteeth.com. If you have not seen it, definitely go check it out after the show. Billy here worked on it, and we will be doing a deep dive into what he's done on that new shenanigans in just a bit. But before we do that, we have a community death battle to talk about. It is time to talk about Future Trunks versus Cable.
Whoa.
Woo. Uh-oh.
Listen, guys, don't respect time.
Wild.
Right, I'm doing Cable. Okay.
Yes. So Liam will be arguing for Cable, and I will be repping Trunks. We'll see how this goes.
If only I'd written an episode with Cable in it. Oh, wait, I did.
If only we'd had an episode with Trunks. Oh, shit, we didn't.
Oh, snap.
I didn't have an episode to fall
Fun
back
fact, Cable's rundown was probably the most, like, I don't want to say least fun, but the most, like, okay, all right.
Well,
like, the most, like, I had to, like, read through and understand the Marvel Wiki, you know?
Like, I was actually going to say, like, it's a good thing we didn't announce Dio Alucard a year ago and have to delay it the same way we had to delay Cable versus
Yeah,
Beast Gold.
seriously. That was, like, delayed for so long.
Yeah, that was one of those episodes. Every so often we run into, I feel like every season of Death Battle, we have some episode that gets a little, we maybe step into something we weren't aware was going to be this big of a thing, or we realize, oh, the way we're doing this, it's not going to do the characters justice. We want to do something different. So we end up pushing the episode to like the next year or whatnot. Almost every season has an episode like that, right?
Last year had 2.
Yeah. So, every so often we're going to run into an episode like that. Cable versus Booster Gold is like the quintessential example of that.
Yeah.
Because,
I got a Slack message. I don't know why I remember this, but I got a Slack message from you. Like it was post, the discussion, post the research discussion. We were still like sussing stuff out. I got a message from you about it just as I was walking in to see Shazam, in theaters, to give you an idea of when
specific.
it was. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that would have been
that was
like,
a while ago.
April of 2019.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know how you remember that exactly, but yeah, it's true. You
In
are
the
correct.
before times, because I went to work right after that. That's how I conceptualize things now.
There you go.
Yeah, so thankfully that did not happen with you, Alucard. It is coming
Nope.
out next week, which
Very
is crazy.
smooth.
But
smoother than
anyway.
you'd think for a match that complex. And
yeah,
complicated
for a
and
very,
fucking
very complicated and bizarre as fuck matchup. But we'll get to the
Yeah.
sneak peek later.
Ha, ha,
Okay,
ha, ha.
Trunks
See what you did there.
versus
Sorry.
Cable. So if you're new here because you saw that thumbnail with Trunks and Cable in it, here's how this is working. Liam and I are arguing for our individual characters, and it's our job to convince the jury to vote for who should win. This isn't like a big, like, complex, deep dive death battle per se. We are just sort of shooting the shit, but we are bringing some information to it.
Yeah.
Because it's
Slightly informed discussion.
Slightly
Yeah.
informed. Well, it's mostly informed discussion, right? We've covered these characters before, so I mean,
Yeah.
technically not Trunks, but we've covered Dragon Ball more than enough to know what the
See how
hell's going
Ben's
on.
right?
with
He
Trunks.
keeps trying to sneak it in there, Liam. He just keeps trying to do
I
it.
always enjoy whenever like after we have like one of these things, and like during it I'll make some argument that is like completely ridiculous, because the whole point of this is we want to win the discussion.
And that is true.
And then people will take what and like Liam thinks that Farmer with Shotgun is high omniversal. The fuck! And it's
The
like,
rules are it's our job to convince the jury by any means
we
necessary.
really
The jury
don't take
can
anything
fix-
here I say seriously. Some of it might be some of it might be well informed, and certainly everything I'm about to say is going to be 100%.
But he's doing anything to win.
But doing anything to win. Yeah. I will
Well, that
kill
makes
to
it
win
sound like
if I
you're just
have
going to make shit up, which is not what we're going to
That's
be doing.
that's technically not against the rules, TBH. It's
But
just,
yeah, but come on.
no.
We'll call you out if you do. And then you
know,
lose.
if you recognize.
Yeah. All right. Jury consists of 3 seats. That's Chad,
What's up?
Billy,
I've never
and
made
you.
anything up on this, by the way.
God damn it, Liam.
No.
So if you look at the chat right now, if you're watching this live, a poll just went up for Trunks and Cable. If you're watching this on mobile, you can vote Trunks with #1, Cable with #2. But stick around before you vote, because we might bring up an argument that changes your mind. Who knows?
Yeah.
And this isn't like just a courtroom or anything like that. Everybody here can join the conversation. So if you have anything you want to bring up in the chat, go ahead and bring it up, and we will throw it into our chat here and see how that goes. All right. So let's begin with opening statements. I can start. Even
Cool.
though I haven't written anything, I'm just going to bullshit it because that's what we do here.
Sometimes,
I never
sometimes
know.
I do. There's always it always keeps you on my toes. The level of preparedness anyone comes in with, because sometimes it'll just be like, I'm winging this one, and other times it's just like, I'm prepared this crazy opening statement.
I remember
Or
I got
a-
really into Punisher for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't give a fuck about Punisher.
Remember when I just did the whole Knuckles rap?
That's
No,
true.
I
You
know.
definitely did.
It
Unfortunately,
was not good. Anyway,
When was that?
hey, so
Do it again.
future Trunks. So 60 seconds on the clock. Let's go. Future Trunks is everything you wanted Gohan to be.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
He
true.
is the epitome of the half human, half Saiyan who is supposed to be more powerful or have more potential, is the way they describe it, than a normal Saiyan. So much so that his Super Saiyan 2 matches a Super Saiyan 3. Like, that's the kind of guy we're talking about here. If we followed future Trunks, like if he was the main character, he'd probably be the most powerful character in the whole story. But it's Goku's story, so we're not going to do that. But he's because he's, even though he does not have God Ki, he's still able to match characters like Super Saiyan Rose, Goku Black, which means that we can scale him to those crazy things that we always scale the God Ki characters to, like Goku and Beerus's universe-shattering explosion, which puts him at such a high level of power. There's no way that Cable is going to be able to survive just a moment in the same space as him.
Oh,
Wow.
not even a
Definitive.
moment.
Definitive. Yeah.
Oh,
Gohan
I
sucks
should mention a moment
post-time
because
skip.
Trunks is also one of the few Saiyans who doesn't give a shit about dragging out the fight. He's gonna blitz him and kill him like right away.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Gohan does suck post-time skip. Except for the Great Saiyaman stuff. People dunk on that. But that's
Yeah.
actually like that
I
stuff's
love
okay
Saiyaman.
because he's doing something.
It's super fun.
It's
It's
just such
fun.
a-
Yeah.
it's just such a waste of
I-
what I
I've-
hoped Gohan would be. Anyway,
Yeah,
I-
well, because
I-
it's not followed up with anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't commit to it. I wish
Yeah,
they
yeah,
had
yeah.
committed to it more. If they
Yeah.
had committed to it more, it might have actually gotten really
It
interesting.
goes from oh, it's the arc about Gohan being a superhero, and then it goes to oh no, it's a tournament arc, and then it goes to oh no, it's Boo.
no, yeah, well, yeah, it goes to
Yeah.
Chi-Chi ruined him. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
basically
Like what the fuck? And I actually like the Boo. I like parts of the Boo arc like a lot. I think Fat Boo's my favorite villain actually. Of the
Boo's a
Dragon
fun
Ball Z
villain.
era. But yeah, no, it sucks. Anyways, my
If it sucks so
turn
bad, why'd they
with
make a whole movie about
Cabela,
it?
big Cabela's hunting whatever thing. I don't know. It's what I always think of that whenever I think Cable. I don't know. There's something wrong with my brain. Anyways,
Yep. Thanks for spreading it.
you're
don't-
welcome. You're welcome. You can't get it out now. Okay, so Cable, my turn. 60 seconds. Let's fudging go. Cable, the man, the myth, the legend, the mutant
God.
messiah. Oh, I didn't even plan on doing that extra 2 M's. He is normally kind of a street level character when hampered by the techno organic virus, but when he removes it, which he had for a long period of time in the comics, so it would count, for the sake, and it counted for our death battle with a minute. He is one of those powerful mutants alive, as evidenced by X-Man, who is just the same person without the techno organic virus, so they're the same level of power. The thing that he is superior to Trunks in that gives him the win is scaling to better superheroes, like in terms of like speed, and just an insane amount of Omega level mutant hacks. Like, just he has to think. All he has to do is think, and Trunks is dead because he has so many options that Trunks has no defense against. Trunks is just shoot laser boy. That's not going to be enough to take down Cable.
Trunks is just shoot laser boy.
That's just what they
Wow.
all are.
To a certain
just shoot
extent,
laser
He's
boy.
got a sword, man.
he's got a
Yeah,
couple
he's got
swords.
a sword.
He's got
That's
a
sick, dude.
he's got
Fun
a
fact:
spirit
if you
bomb
would
sword.
cut like Cable in half, Cable would just reattach himself. That's like a thing.
That's true. Yeah.
So the sword is
really factory.
poop.
Well, he did kill an immortal god, sort of technically, with his sword of hope, which is a spirit bomb absorbed into him and then turned into a sword.
Yeah, but how's he going to get that spirit bomb? Because it's a spirit bomb.
Well,
Because it takes forever to charge.
it does take forever.
It does take quite a long time.
It does take
Yeah.
quite a long time. Although it didn't take. It wasn't like
And
a big,
Cable's not a bad guy, so would it even work?
It does. It does. The whole like evil thing that was
Yeah.
introduced in the first arc, like that was like a weird translation issue. It was like Gohan just would have the ability to deflect it back. It's not because he
Oh,
was
so it makes
good.
less sense. It,
And I also feel like Cable's done enough fucked up stuff, so that it
yeah,
would still like
his main ability, two main abilities are mind hacks, like every kind of mind hacks you can think of, just mind control, telepathy, and matter manipulation. Either of those, all he has to do is just think, and Trunks is, either like his brain has been turned to mush, or his brain has been literally turned to mush.
Is
His
he
mind
still?
has been
Let me
turned to
double
mush, or his brain
check
is
real
turned to
quick.
mush.
Let me double check the whole good thing. Either way, I
Yeah.
don't think it would matter in this regard because it's not the spirit bomb anymore. It is the spirit bomb absorbed into him, similar to
Oh,
the
like
Android 21 movie.
Android
I think is
13.
what it was. Android 13. 21.
Yeah.
What am I talking
The
about?
trucker hat one.
Yeah. Android 21 is the chick from the game.
Boo
That one game. The big
android.
game.
I can't imagine why that would be on your mind. Sorry.
I like
Yeah,
it.
and so when that was absorbed into Goku, it just made Goku super powerful. So
Yeah.
it's the same sort of thing, except instead of a big beam, it's a sword.
Yeah.
So it's technically using a mix of the universe's energy and Trunks' energy, which he could still absorb over time. Like the spirit bomb, they have brought in spirit bomb energy while fighting before. It
Have
just
they?
takes a little while. Yeah, it's a thing that they've done before. Goku's done it a few times. So he doesn't necessarily have to just like stand there.
I'm not even being difficult. Like, doesn't he always just like during with Vegeta he had to stand there.
Vegeta had to stand there. That's true.
Frieza had to stand there, and Buu had to stand there. Frieza, he needed Piccolo to distract Frieza.
Chat, maybe you can help me with that one. I thought there was a time when he does, but
that's the
could have sworn there was the moment when
in TFS.
Maybe it was the Android 77, Android 69 movie that I'm thinking of, because he did it while he was fighting, right? I can't remember. Either way,
no, I think he had to get whooped.
Did he use it against Jiren in the final arc? Am I misremembering that?
I don't know. Either way, that is the power that he has available to him. But it's obviously not like the main thing that's going to matter in this fight.
Sure.
Which is why I did not look at this.
What is that?
Yeah.
What's the main thing that's
the main
matter?
thing is going to be speed and making sure that you can get to Cable first and punch him bits.
Interesting. Let's talk about speed. Let's
do that.
Let's talk about speed.
Okay.
Who's going first?
You're going to go first because mine's going to be higher.
I already mentioned that he can scale to, at the very least, Goku's clash with Beerus that almost destroyed the universe, which was when Goku was in Saiyan Beyond God form. And he can Trunks' Super Saiyan Rage form might not necessarily be able to 100% match a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan on like most occasions, but he certainly did when he fought Rose and Zamasu together. So he's somewhere in that line. I would not put him above that per se, because it wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
but he's definitely in that area, which means he could match the... Yes, chat is talking about the Jiren fight. You were right, Billy. So he can use it in mid-fight.
But he told him to charge it up and that he'd wait for it.
I think he charges it super quick, if I'm remembering it right.
It gets faster and faster as the series goes. Like, when he first tries it, it takes freaking forever. But then during the Buu fight, like, he's able to do it relatively quickly, although Vegeta gets his ass handed to him while that's going on.
Well, you know.
It's Vegeta.
Yeah, I mean, it's his arc, you know. He's doing an arc thing.
Goku also got shot by a gun, so, like, whatever.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Now I lost my train of thought. Oh, the universe thing. So we've talked about this in Death Metal multiple times. Universe thing capable of destroying universe 13 times our own, 13 times larger than our own, and the shockwaves had to move like hundreds of quadrillions of times faster than light. Insane Beyond God, which there's no exact calculator for what Super Saiyan Blue would do on top of Super Saiyan God and Saiyan Beyond God. Which Saiyan Beyond God is his new base, Goku's new base. But presumably there's a 50 times in there because Super Saiyan Blue is basically Super Saiyan. And then who knows what the fuck Super Saiyan God is to Saiyan Beyond God. That is just kind of up in the air, whatever that means.
I actually figured it's probably not that significant because I always figured Saiyan Beyond God is just sort of like a halvesies kind of thing. Like
I see two different interpretations, and we've actually talked about this with the research team. Yeah. One interpretation is Saiyan Beyond God is like a meter that leads up to Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
So you start like at 0, and then when you get to 100%, you're at Super Saiyan God. So it's not necessarily like a boost in power. It's just you have that level of power that you can go between, which is not helpful when it comes to determining whatever that power level is.
Yeah.
Sure. And then the other interpretation is, of course, it functions just like any other Super Saiyan form, well, at the time, which was a boost in power. That's different now because Super, if there's one thing Super did right, in my opinion, I know it did a lot of things wrong, and even the most hardcore Dragon Ball fan will agree with that, I think. But I think, and I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, I think they did this new forms right in Super Saiyan, or in Dragon Ball Super. I love the fact that we have unique forms now that don't necessarily have a Super Saiyan 2 was just a stepping stone to Super Saiyan 3 as what it means, which in my opinion, that was like one of the worst things Dragon Ball Z did, was just completely say like, Super Saiyan 2 wasn't a unique thing that Gohan made. It was just the first step to Super Saiyan 3.
Right.
Yeah.
It's something
Nah.
that Goku and Vegeta easily achieved.
Yeah,
just
then they
by
just did
training.
it. It's like,
Yeah.
it was cool for Gohan.
It was supposed to
That's
be
so
a
cool.
Gohan thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but they just had to shit all over Gohan.
They sure did.
Yeah, so
Hey, we've been inside a long time now. It's like crazy long, and if you're like me, you pretty much just wear pajamas and like comfortable stuff because you're inside. Well, we're starting to go out a little bit more, and starting to do some stuff. And I know personally, I look back in my closet and I'm like, all this stuff is very, very old, and like I don't know, I need some new styles, some new stuff to get me excited about going outside, and that's where Stitch Fix comes in because they've put together the Stitch Fix Freestyle. Stitch Fix Freestyle is your trusted style destination where you can discover and instantly buy curated items based on your style, likes, and lifestyle. So it's not just like dress up clothes. They got that athleisure wear. They got, everything in between that, and going to the, the bank to ask for a loan. They got everything you want here. Okay. So whether you're looking for a brand new, like, set of pants or a shirt or a collared shirt or shorts, like Stitch Fix has all that stuff, tons of different options from great brands to help you figure out, this new style you're going outside with. So to top it all off, no subscriptions. They offer free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges. Okay, it's awesome. A lot of people here at Death Podcast have used it. A lot of my personal friends have been using Stitch Fix for years, and it's really cool to see them bring this new Stitch Fix Freestyle out as well. So get started today by filling out your style quiz at stitchfix.com/cast. That's stitchfix.com/cast to try Stitch Fix Freestyle. stitchfix.com/cast. Go check it out. It's super awesome, and maybe you'll see me in the next ad in some fancy new clothing. Who knows?
point is, we can't exactly 100% lock down how strong Trunks' Super Saiyan Rage is, but it's definitely more than Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
It can match Rose, and so to a certain extent. So it has to be able to surpass what Goku did there. And the speed that we have calculated before, several hundreds times, quadrillion times faster than light. Multiply that up, it's going to be many quintillions times faster than light.
Quintillions.
Okay.
Well, fun fact. Plenty of Marvel characters like the Hulk and Thor have speed feats in the quintillions of times the speed of light. We can actually look at Hulk versus Broly, similar speed feat. I think I actually calculated it to be Hulk would be twice as fast as Broly, something around there. But that's some weak shit. Quintillions of times the speed of light for comic book Herald level characters. That's nothing. We can look at characters like Silver Surfer, who's once searched through an entire galaxy in seconds and visited every planet across numerous galaxies in hours. Now,
what year was that one written?
Huh?
Sorry. As
That
in
was
what
on-
year was?
Oh, what year was that written?
Yeah.
Let's just take a look. That was drawn by Jack Kirby, so 60s.
Yeah, here it is. Yep, here we go.
Old? Oh my, we're about to get to one that's from like the 2000s, 90s in just a second. But yeah, so like doing that, essentially, I actually haven't calculated it, but if you remember our old pal Megaman.exe, it's going to be something like that. Less because it's the volume of like numerous galaxies as opposed to the universe, but that number is still so unbelievably far above quintillions that it's like a kind of a joke. If you want to talk another character that Cable scales to, when his techno-organic virus is removed, he has a level of power similar to the character X-Man. And X-Man, fun fact, once fought Ares, the god of war in Marvel, within the span of a Planck second. Like he created this like distorted bubble of time and then was able to think and move within a Planck second, where a Planck instant. A Planck instant, by the way, is the smallest like measurable amount of time. Like you could hypothetically like, it's like 10 to the negative 33rd power, something crazy like that. You could be like, well, what's 10 to the negative 34th power? Yeah, you can do that, but at that point, we have the reason why it's the lowest is because we have no idea what happens in terms of physics in a time frame smaller than that. Like like 1 Planck instant after the universe was created was when we know kind of what was happening. Before that, we have no idea what was happening in terms of the Big Bang, like what that looked like. So it's an unbelievably short amount of time. And this has been calced before on the web. Let me see. It is, okay. Oh, I have to count this out. Hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions, quintillions, sextillions, septillions, octillions, nonillions, decillions, 20 undecillion times the speed of light.
I love how
So-
you can rattle those off now. Like,
I just
you didn't
memorized
even,
them.
You
It's
didn't
just-
even pause to think about it. Like,
I will say real quick, I saw you mention carrying worm in the chat, and a couple other people mentioned it. Like if he could resist, if Trunks could resist Cable's mind control, I think there is something to talk about there. But we'll get to it
with
after
Vegeta
this.
and the Bobbity thing. Bobbity is not even remotely close to Cable's level of telepathy.
Well,
How do you
let's
know?
focus on the speed thing first. 'cause
yeah, let's focus
I
on the
think-
speed thing.
I
So
think we can
so
change
there's that. So
I
he's
think it can tell
insanely faster and can just teleport and can time travel. So there's really no way that Trunks is going to be able to hit him.
I
Um,
think
I'm curious,
okay,
Liam.
so
Does,
Go ahead, Billy.
Does he still
Yeah.
have the techno-organic virus? He's gotten rid of it and got it back and gotten rid of it several times.
Yeah.
Does he?
So we would take him at his peak, like we did in the
Mhm.
episode, without the techno-organic virus weighing.
yeah.
I don't know. I
With
feel
it.
like the Cable I know the best is the one with the techno-organic
Has a
virus.
big
Well,
metal
I don't
arm and-
care.
At his peak, the techno because he is held back by the virus because he's
The Trunks
constantly
that
having
I
to
know best
literally hold
is
it back.
the one that's
Yeah,
The
that's
kid
okay.
child.
Trunks.
Yeah.
Okay, so about those two things you're talking about. One,
yeah,
the X-Man feat, and yes, I saw you mentioned for Alligator. Whoever the fuck decided to call him X-Man, I don't know why.
I know.
Every
Every
time
time
It
it
makes
gets
it
brought
very confusing to talk about him. So the X-Man feat, where he fights in an area of planked time.
yeah.
He has to create that area. Like he creates basically a bubble, and when I can't remember who it is who enters it with him,
Ares.
but no, there's another character who goes in there,
Oh,
and they're
right,
about to
yeah.
like reach out and touch somebody, and he's like, oh no, don't do that, it's gonna fuck things up. So he actually can't fight somebody else from within that bubble, because it's not exactly him just suddenly being able to see in plank time. He uses his powers to create a space that exists within a single moment of plank time.
he uses the moments to create that space. Yes, but he can still react with it. Like his reaction.
Technically, yes, but there's no way for him to interact with Trunks unless Trunks also goes in there.
No, but he doesn't need to create that bubble in order to like his reaction speed and then creating that displaced time are two separate things in this instance. It's like creating that displaced amount of time gives him an advantage like in combat, but he can still react at that speed normally. You get
Then
what
why
I'm
did he
saying?
have to create that bubble?
Because
Just to
comic
fight,
books.
just to actually, I don't remember why. Let's take a look.
Because he can't do it normally.
Because he
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
do it fucking
Closed.
normally.
Then why would he create it?
Second point, the Silver Surfer thing. So yes, Cable has fought the Silver Surfer, and Silver Surfer beat his ass. So I don't know if he can
But
necessarily.
not in speed. In terms of power, yes, but they were able to keep up in speed. So that's why. Which is what we talk about in the episode. Now I didn't scale Cable to Silver Surfer in terms of power. Kaboom!
Okay.
Kaboom!
Okay. Well, in that case, I mean, Trunks will just power up and get even faster. Because that's just what Dragon Ball characters do.
He created that
Yes,
to be able
oh,
to
there we
talk
go.
to talk to. I think it's either Angel or someone that's looking like Angel. He created
Probably.
that to
Oh, it's
talk
Mimic.
to Angel.
That's
Mimic,
who
yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
He did it
I
to
remember
talk
this
to
now.
him, and Ares enters it. So it's really what it is. It's supposed to be like, whoa, look how fast Ares is that he's able to keep up with this bubble of time that's like in super distorted. and
Okay,
warped.
sure.
But X-Men
I
still, yeah.
I think Venusaurus has a better answer though, and that is because
think
bubbles are fun.
Venusaurus Okay. If Venusaurus is about to agree with you and not me, then I was going to say that I think Venusaurus is wrong by default. Thank
Okay,
you, Venusaurus. Bubbles are fun.
bubbles are fun. Could Trunks?
Well,
Could
I'm
kill the
sold. I vote
dinosaur?
for Bubbles.
Trunks
The
kill a
end.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
Could Trunks could
She's
kill the dinosaur, yes.
There's a joke.
Okay, so we got that. Speed, I don't know.
I do.
Were they? Because like when they were fighting around the Earth, they weren't like flying around at literally unbelievable, like unmatchable speed.
Like, I
maybe,
highly doubt Silver Surfer was using that speed. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, why wouldn't it? Like, I mean, like I don't know. I think you could apply the same argument to like Dragon Ball, where it's like, oh, look how much power they did. They blew up an island. When it's really like every casual ki blast at the point should just be nuking the planet. But you can't
Sure.
like display them having their full power each time.
Well, I mean, it's different rules. Like what we're doing here is we have to take that higher feat because presumably that would come up.
No,
Like,
I'm saying we should take the higher feat. I'm just saying, like, narratively speaking, it's very common for characters to have like really impressive feats when the story wants to show off how powerful they
Silver
are.
Surfer is not trying to kill Cable in that story, right? Like he's just trying to subdue him. So if Silver Surfer was trying to kill him, then he would like bust out the full amount of his power and probably just obliterate him because he's Silver Surfer.
Cable was still able to get like hits on him and stuff like that. So even if he was like, I don't want to kill him, he's still like, if he was like way faster, he would just be like, no, you can't hurt me,
That's fair.
And Cable's also fought characters like,
but also no, you know, like that reasoning too. It's like Silver Surfer, like he gives a shit if Cable hits him, like. Just
stop it.
True, but he doesn't like being hit.
That's true.
He once got hit by Spider-Man. He didn't like it. Right?
I mean, does Cable have?
That was Firelord.
I was about to say, how do you know that? And then before I could even say it, I was like, he once got hit by Spider-Man and he didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Cable's punching power isn't going to be able to match Trunks. Right, like we know that for a fact. He can't punch the world to bits.
Probably not. I mean, like I don't know.
He could mind hack the world.
I could probably look at some scaling and be like, ooh, yeah. But now, for the sake of this, let's just say no.
It would be fucking wild if he could just punch the planet.
He's an Omega level mutant. They're pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, right, but his power isn't necessarily. I guess he does technically have super strength, but it's not the same. That's not his main power. His main power is telepathy, and that on that level. So telepathy and telekinesis definitely show up in Dragon Ball. Maybe not to the same extent typically, but I would argue that Babidi can maybe match it to a certain extent. Babidi is capable of communicating with everybody on the planet.
Communicating, but not like mind fucking everyone on the planet at once.
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, he only has to focus on one here, so.
Because here's the thing, Babidi didn't want to mind fuck everybody on the planet. He just wanted to blow up the planet. Like. The only reason why he came to Earth was because he wanted Boo. Boo was there.
But that's not like, affirmative evidence.
I'll get Boo, and then I'll just have him kill everybody. Like that was his goal. He like Babidi's goal was the Kais. Like that's who his enemy was. He didn't give a shit about Earth.
Right.
So I don't know if you can necessarily argue that like just because we didn't see it doesn't mean he's not capable of that. When he's capable of mind controlling Dabra, and like incredibly powerful demons.
Yeah. But Dabra doesn't have any stated resistance to mind hacks. It's just like the only kind of mind resistance that has to do with Babidi was Vegeta, and it's very clear, like both narratively and like literally, that he overcomes it because he basically wants to do what Babidi is telling him to do, but he doesn't want to be told it. So his pride like overrides the direct command, but he's still like literally doing what Babidi is
right,
but also Vegeta's like the most susceptible one to go back and do like some evil shit. You know what I mean? Like,
here's the thing: Vegeta overrides mind control because he's fucking angry.
Yeah.
Trunks' most powerful form is literally rage incarnate. If the Saiyans really do have a resistance to mind control through anger and basically just emotion, there's no way Trunks is ever going to be affected by it because he is that incarnate.
But like how much anger to versus how much like mind hacks control.
Now you're gonna get into some Hulk shit, and I don't want to go down this path.
Like because I feel like this could go on this rabbit hole could go on forever. Like, what resistance does Trunks have to matter manipulation? Like, Cable has reached into people's bodies and like turned their organs to mush, like just by like rearranging their molecules. He's done it to himself too. Like there's no resistance to that. He would just go, and his eye would flash, and then
would he be able to do it to a creature that he's never met before?
Yes, yeah. Saiyans have like almost exact biology to humans, enough that they could even procreate. So yeah, why not?
That's a good way. Alternate question. Do you think that Capsule Corp could make their own techno-organic virus?
I mean,
Probably.
Because
I find what's interesting
Trunks
is
has
that,
access to Capsule Corp technology.
one of the things I kind of liked about Dragon Ball is that like there are like depending on which like field of technology it is, like sometimes the aliens are more advanced and sometimes the humans are more advanced. The humanity had never created like interstellar ships as fast as like the Namekian ones, right? But Namekians also never created something like the capsules, which can shrink matter down in this little tiny thing. This is a nice little world building thing I liked about Dragon Ball. Also, why does anyone like Vegeta? In universe, like I like Vegeta.
in universe.
In universe, like he's like a genocidal like child killer, and they just kind of are like,
look, they haven't seen most of that.
No,
they're also
he's probably amazing in the bedroom.
Would be like, yeah, hey guys, I know you're Bulma. I know you're giving Vegeta your pink shirt or whatever, but he also like murdered children with his bare hands on that alien planet.
I think Krillin was a little distracted at this period in time.
No, this was before 18. That was before 18. But
Well,
yes, even after.
No, they were all a little hesitant, right? But then the whole android arc ended.
No, I know it's a story thing.
I think
they just need to have
Goku
Vegeta.
just gave them the old, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Also,
They're
just following
killed
Goku,
Yamcha.
and Goku doesn't give a shit, and they have to agree with Goku because Goku's the scariest motherfucker in the
I love
universe.
Vegeta. Let me be clear. I love Vegeta, but he's like an unforgivable monster.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, on the Namek arc, he was basically like a bad coworker to Krillin.
yeah.
So
He's
it's like
perfect in the Namek arc. God, he's so good.
I love him.
He's
in the
just
Namek
like
arc.
he's just
Yeah.
like being brainy. That's what I like. I just like that he was being smart.
Yeah.
Why have we?
this
Why
side.
has this turned into like the theory?
I just wanted
on
to
Dragon
talk.
Ball
I just wanted to talk
characters?
about this. I wanted to rant. I could rant about Dragon Ball forever, dude.
Oh yeah, there's so much good and bad
So
to talk
much.
about Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
it's
truly.
a fascinating show
Yeah.
in manga. Like I was talking about with I love the new Super Saiyan forms like Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego.
I did.
It kind of
until-
sucks that it's built around a manga that is black and white, and yet the powers are based on color. I don't know if that was necessarily the right idea.
I
but
liked
you know what?
Ultra Instinct.
It's fine.
Until they introduced Ultra Ego, which is like the other side of Ultra Instinct. I'm like, oh, okay, so eventually Goku's gonna get both and combine them, and it's gonna be Super Ultra something, and it's gonna be
Super
I
Ultra
don't think
Mega
they will.
Instinct.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
I just they always have.
They
They're
have,
like-
but Goku
They
never got.
couldn't do it again, could they?
No, Goku never got the what's Vegeta's blue form? There was like the super blue that he got.
Right.
Goku
But
never
that-
got that.
The God of Destruction key, you mean?
No, there was a because that's
Super
what Ultra
blue.
Ego's kind of thing.
Yeah, I
there's
remember what
improved
there's
blue
a special
form.
kind of blue. I forget what
They never really named it in the show. I don't
It's
think.
basically Super Vegeta, but blue. But like
Yeah.
it's
It's
the
like a
Super Vegeta version.
better Super Saiyan blue.
Yeah.
Which is that's what I was talking about before, is that they're each doing their own path with their own forms, and like I like that. I wish the forms were a little more unique, sure. But Ultra Ego is going to look super awesome if we ever see it in an anime form.
They should every time I'm like, they should just take away all of Goku's Super Saiyan forms and make him like fight like really smart from now on. And I'm like, fuck, I just want
You're
want
sort
GT.
of describing GT, yeah.
I know. I just want like they should go on adventures around the universe. Fuck, I'm just
Yeah.
talking about the worst part of GT.
Yeah.
Just do GT better. Just do it good this time.
Well, yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball Superhero. I don't know why they named it
Oh
that.
yeah.
Looks like
okay,
it
how
might
many
be
times
following
how
up on
many-
some of that.
It's the villain
Ben-
from Bio Broly. It's
Ben-
literally the bad guy from Bio Broly is in that. I
At
saw
this
him.
point, how many times have you said, I don't know why they named it that, it's a Dragon Ball stuff? So like that it's just we know now. It's gonna be something weird.
Toriyama is press the button on his money
Dragon Ball
printing
Super
machine.
Saiyan Blue Evolution. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bluevolution.
I swear it's like he shows it to his kids, and he's just like, name this.
I can't wait until they do Super Saiyan God Yellow. I can't fucking wait until they do Super Saiyan
Oh,
Yellow.
God.
It's
It's
gonna be
just
great.
Super Saiyan.
It's just
Yeah,
it just looks like
just-
Super Saiyan, but it's yellow.
No, it'll
All
be Super
we're
Saiyan
getting way off
Gold.
track. We're getting
Yeah,
way off
yeah.
track, and we need to get to some other stuff because we have a sneak
Yeah.
peek to show off and some
Yeah.
other stuff to talk about. So,
Hamilton's.
I assume we talked about everything we needed to for Cable versus Trunks.
Cable
I don't
Blast,
know.
teleport out of way, Key Blast, turn brain to poo-poo. It turns into Chilicon Carne.
Trunks just obliterates him with the with the final flash in Super Saiyan Rage
And
form.
Carnival teleports away and goes, "Nice
and
try,
then-
kid," or whatever that meme is. The one with Sephiroth and Tails. I don't know.
Sure, whatever. Anyway, you can vote in the chat right now if you're watching this live, or use #1 or 2 to vote for Trunks or Cable, respectively. But right now, let's talk about what's going on.
Yeah.
What's going
He-Man.
on? All right,
I love it.
let's just, before we
Sorry,
get to
Billy
Red
had a
versus Blue,
great.
let's just get this out of the way. Let's talk about Dio versus Alucard. Let's show off that sneak peek. Bring it up. Let's check out this fight.
You interrupted my dinner.
Funny, I was just thinking about having mine.
Then by all means, take a bite. Checkmate! How oh so very weak, dog. You thought you'd triumph, but it was I! Dio?
If I'm a dog.
Oh,
Okay.
I wonder why the sound was kind of weird for that, but that's fine.
It's because Chris Kokinos left the company, so we don't have sound effects anymore.
Yeah. There's gonna be no sound effects for this one. We thought it'd
That's
be
the
like
way
great
it's gonna be.
fly. Just kidding, of course it won't sound effects.
Stuff I'm doing
He
with
went to
our
go work
mouths.
for Sony, and he really screwed us. So you
Yeah.
can tweet at him.
There's just
And
no
let him know.
way. Alina and Philip and the rest of
More
the
like
team.
Chris
There's just no
Sony
way.
piss.
Yeah. It's not like he built an incredibly talented team. We're more than capable of continuing the work.
Speaking of sound, I will say yes, that was Takahata, Curtis Arnott
Yeah,
as
course.
Alucard, and then Dio is voiced by Tom Schultz, same guy who voiced Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
2 in a row.
What-
Let's
what
go.
a range.
From Kool-Aid Man to Dio, the natural progression of Death Battle.
Of course, we needed to have the. You thought it was. You thought you would be triumphant, but it was I.
Dio.
Deal.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll see
I
what
love
happens
the
with
switch
that in the fight. It debuts this weekend. That is October 24th for first members on
Spooky.
Rooster.com. October 25th on YouTube.
I've loved
Book
everyone.
it on your
Got to
calendar. It's
It's gonna be awesome.
See that one.
It's gonna
Yeah,
get
it's-
wild. It's gonna get really insane.
But-
If you know anything about the characters, if you've seen those series, it's gonna get fucking wild.
But
Yes.
Alucard and Dio, that's coming out in a few days. Something that's already out.
Ooh.
It's Red versus Blue. Family
Hey.
Shatters episode 1.
Yeah, came out.
Billy.
2 hours and 44 minutes exactly ago.
Perfect.
It's already up.
That's
So
it.
right after this, go check it out. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I've been enjoying the scripts fundamentally, and then getting to work on it once again has been great. It's they're kind of like 5-ish minute comedic shorts set in with the new Shatter Squad, kind of like just getting back some old RPB jokey feel. And it's letting us continue to kind of experiment with Unreal Machinima and kind of push a little bit of what we were doing with Zero in terms of like look and stuff like that, but also get to continue working with former death metal or former and still current death metal folks like Josh Kazemi is writing episodes along with Eddie from Ruby. Got Christina and helping with the Viz post, and then of course Noel Wiggins is show running, and that guy's just great at everything he does. So
So what have you been doing?
I make them look pretty. I make them look as pretty as possible.
I'll make him look pretty.
Yeah.
I'll make him look pretty, boy.
if you don't know what that means, this is the guy who, among a larger team, of course, but Billy took Hulk versus Broly and made it next fucking level.
Yeah.
Like you look at that fight, it looks fucking gorgeous. And he's the guy who made sure that like when all was said and done, it absolutely looked as good as it could.
It's because you guys
So-
said, "Hey, you want to work on a Dragon Ball fight?" I said, "Me."
Yeah.
I'll make
Yeah.
a shader now.
Yeah. So Billy and the rest of the team is working on RVB Family Shatters, making it look amazing. So definitely check that out. Oh
Very
my
much.
god.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak very frankly. Hey, for some people, Red versus Blue Zero wasn't for them, and that's okay. But if you were looking for something more a little along the lines of that old school kind of Red versus Blue humor, keep an open mind and give it a check out. It's really fun, and it's
Yeah,
a
I'd
lot
say-
more in that vein.
Like Zero was Torian's kind of like love letter to like Sentai and kind of like schlocky action movies, which it's
Yep.
definitely what he was aiming for. And these are kind of a little more in line with the character focused, banter, which
Yep.
I think they're nailing just great. So
Yeah. So go check it
Oh,
out. Give
yeah.
it a shot.
I
It's
mean,
awesome.
it's
it's definitely its own beast. Like,
exactly.
I don't necessarily want to like set up
No.
false expectations and say like it's the exact same
Oh,
thing
for
as Red
sure.
versus Blue
No,
season
it's
one.
not. Yeah, for sure.
It's
just
its
more in
own
line.
thing. It's moving into this is like it's literally called Family Shatters because which is Family Matters, right? Like there's a clear direction for this that I think you can kind of gather from the title alone. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it.
Dude, oh my god! Also the intro, the whole Family Shatters. I don't know if is it in the actual show or we just use it for the marketing stuff.
it's
I think
it's in the first episode. for
yeah,
sure,
the one that Josie made is so good. I
It's very
can't.
catchy.
Oh, it's so funny. Sorry. We can
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah,
that for a while.
they really wanted to go nail that '90s sitcom intro vibe, and
It's
man,
so good.
Did they do it?
Yeah,
For sure.
it's super fun, super funny. It's got a great team behind it, and it's
check it
definitely
out.
worth checking out. And definitely if you enjoy it, let the people who work on it know. Like, drop a comment,
appreciated.
and when it does air, I probably should ask: is the first episode airing on YouTube? I don't actually know.
Yes, it's
Yes,
going to be
it
on
is.
YouTube tomorrow. So 24 hours on first every Wednesday, and then Thursday it'll pop up on YouTube.
Excellent.
You
So can post a comment on the Rooster Teeth release or on YouTube. Let them know on there that you like it, or we definitely want to make
Or
sure.
if you don't like it, keep it to yourself.
Everybody is open to criticism.
Hey,
of course.
constructive
Um,
criticism is always
yeah.
appreciated.
We're really enjoying what these guys have put together. So, we hope you will too.
And it lets us turn around
Validate
and
me emotionally.
we get to
No matter what you
experiment
say or do, it better
with
be
more stuff that
validated.
we can turn around and make cool death battles with. So it's a
Yeah.
win-win.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing the I mean, I don't even know if most people watching this even watch Death Battle during the Screw Tech days, but like the difference between like the Screw Tech days and the Rooster Teeth
Yeah.
production and how the teams are built, and seeing people work on Red versus Blue one day, then Death Battle the next day, and just integrating those different styles
It's wild.
and techniques and just everybody's talents into across all these shows. Like, it's really cool seeing everybody really come into their own in each individual show. It's one of my favorite things about Death Battle is the fact that we're able to work with basically everybody from across the company. It's so cool.
And they're always
Um,
stoked when somebody from
Yeah.
animation hasn't worked on it yet, and they're like, yes, because we just get to do because there's a lot less rules, right? When it comes to Death Battle, in terms of we've said a million times, we love letting our animators and just everybody who works in the show experiment and try new things and do cool stuff. So it's not
here's a character with some crazy powers.
right? And it
Go for
changes
it.
all the time. It's one day you can be working on people flying through the air, shooting lasers and throwing through buildings, and another time they're in a boxing ring beating the hell out of each other, right? It's very different stuff, and it creates just some really cool things to work on. So it's always great to see when people get brought in for the first time and get excited.
Carrying Worm, could we have another stop motion battle? We've never done a full
Hell
stop
yeah.
motion battle. Luis did an incredible thing with
Mhm.
Blender
It's amazing.
for Macho Man
Who
Kool-Aid Man,
walls
where
and grommet from?
it was this emulated claymation style.
Yeah.
And I think we would all love to explore that a bit more.
For
Um,
sure. We also
But a full-on stop motion battle we've talked about doing.
we talked
before.
about it.
Um,
We have.
what-
There was also specifically at one time someone within a network was an incredible stop motion animator, and we began reaching out to see if we could do something.
Yeah,
but then it never worked out, unfortunately.
That was even before Rooster Teeth. Like, so we didn't really
was.
have the means to make it work out the way we wanted to. Might be something worth looking into again.
Oh, for sure. I love stop motion. It's so cool.
I don't know if I can say anything more without like having it too much though.
What kind of match would we have in stop motion, I wonder?
Gumby.
Yeah, well, but Gumby versus who though is the question.
I don't care.
Gumby. I've seen a Gumby.
What versus Wallace and Gromit? Like,
Gumby versus
Gumby and
Kermit.
Pokey.
Gumby versus
Kermit.
Kermit. It's not easy being green, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. That's how they started, just like that.
Yeah, that's the name
see,
of the song.
okay. Here's the thing.
Green, motherfucker.
Here's the thing. A claymation or stop motion battle would be great, but at the end of the day, we could just do like. Would anybody be interested in like this horrible episode where we're like, it's time for the battle, and then it's just us playing with action figures?
No one wants that.
That would be
We're
so
just like
fun.
smashing them against each
What if
other.
Actually, what kind of would be sick for like a stop motion thing is if the hands were also stop motion too. So like you make the like fact that they're being controlled by hands part of this. Like
Well,
they
now
fight
I'd just
and
be
then- and then
bringing
the
Master
hands-
Hand into it.
Yeah, like
This
and then
is
the
so
hands starts
complicated.
fighting.
Let's-
Oh, that'd be really cool actually.
Let's get some weird Smash Bros.
Like a
metaphysical
GI
shit.
Joe. Oh, GI Joe fight would be perfect for like action.
I
stop
would-
motion.
I would love to do a GI Joe
Like
fight.
like Snake Eyes versus Gray Fox. That'd be great.
See, there you go.
Oh,
we remember.
but we've
mine.
done that before.
As a reference. Nope.
But
we've never
in
done it
cast.
No.
And guess who won that one? Hey, it's time to talk about who wins this week's community death battle.
Let's do it, guys.
Liam's feeling confident. I can tell.
Yeah,
I don't know. I definitely
don't
lost the Twitter poll. Like that's obvious. Like that's
Well,
a foregone conclusion.
we'll see.
Ah.
We'll see. We can't spoil everything just yet, Liam. Come on,
I'm
you
not,
know
I'm
how
not
the show
scoring.
works.
I'm just guessing.
He doesn't know. He's
Like,
guessing.
I'm like
He's
a
guessing on
99%
popularity.
Oh, well then
sure.
I'm gonna spoil it right now. So let's go ahead and start this off.
If I had won the fucking.
With some answers from you guys from Twitter. But if you have not voted in the poll, I believe it's already wrapped up. But we will see who's going to win this epic bout. So let's go ahead and bring up the first answer from Twitter. Just whichever one it is.
This one comes from Mo. Trunks may be physically faster and stronger, but he has no counter to Cable's hacks such as time travel, time stop, mind manipulation, and atom rearranging. Trunks fought hard, but his loss was only a matter of time. Just saying.
Thanks, Mo.
Ooh, way to
I
go,
agree with
Mo.
you,
I
Mo.
love that.
I am curious. I don't know if this would actually make sense, but I sort of feel like the Saiyans would just be naturally like stubborn enough to just power through atom manipulation. You know what I mean?
What is this
Like,
argument?
No.
Like with their
And I
ki and
feel that
whatnot,
Cable
that
would
just
be
feels like
stubborn
a
enough
Dragon Ball thing to me.
to just
That they-
kill Trunks.
Yeah.
you
by
know,
thinking.
like Goku just powering through a time stop, like powering through atom manipulation. It feels
I
like
can-
something that's kind of come down the line. I don't know.
It sounds
maybe.
ridiculous, but I can kind of see where you're going.
I
let's go
know
ahead.
what you mean. I know what you mean.
Let's go ahead and bring
Because
up the next answer.
it's just so lame.
This comes from Plus Worm. I'll have to go with Trunks on this one. Number one, in my opinion, he's way more badass and he is way stronger than Cable. Cable has better time traveling abilities, but Trunks is able to keep up with Goku Black, who is just Goku but evil.
I mean, that's
Plus
not
one.
wrong.
I disagree with you, Plus Term. I think you should take some notes from Mo. I think Mo has a better answer.
I didn't even talk
Plus
about
one.
this. Goku
Hmm.
Black is technically Goku from the future, but evil.
Yeah.
Like potentially Ultra Instinct Goku. We don't actually know how far into the future he is. Like, not that he would have Ultra Instinct. Like Goku, Zamasu obviously didn't know about that, even if he does have it. But it's potentially that far into the future.
The face
So-
Liam is making is
He does not approve.
it speaks volumes.
I was trying to convince people that my screen was frozen, but it started to hurt, so I stopped.
Well, none of us.
That's Death Battle for you.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and get to the vote. We're going to start with the Twitter poll. Let's bring it up. Trunks
Yeah, I mean,
wins.
come on. That's
Ha-ha!
closer
Oh, yeah.
than I thought it would be. That's closer.
62% to 37%. All right, and that's it.
That's about right.
That's all we need to do. I win. Bye,
All
everybody.
right, there it is. Good job, everybody.
See
There you
ya.
go.
Okay, chat. Who are you voting for?
I think Ben's asking who I voted for.
Today's chat poll, it's just like, oh, okay.
Chat, who are you voting for?
As much as I love. Oh, chat already brought it up. We're doing chat.
Oh, we already have the chat poll.
See,
okay.
Mike thought you said.
All right, this changes the.
See, this is
changes
the-
the dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you thought you said chat, not me.
My bad. Sorry.
That's okay. I love it. I love being on live content when my name is Chad and people are talking to the chat. It's
Chat. Who did you vote for? Bring up that poll result again. Sorry, Mike.
great. There it is.
All right.
Okay, so we got
Oh!
Trunks.
Guys,
Oh, I'm actually very surprised.
Chat.
All right,
Thank
so
you,
we got
everybody.
we
What's going
got
on
two. I will say, as much as I love to
So,
watch Liam get
60%
frustrated.
to 40% for those of you listening to audio and didn't see that.
Yeah,
Trunks
I,
wins.
How is it better? Oh no.
So we
it
have
doesn't.
two Trunks votes
I
already.
was convinced. I was convinced by Liam, so I am voting for Cable in this instance.
two Trunks. One.
Two Trunks and Cable.
It was a close call for me, but I agree with Liam as well on this one.
Oh no!
Ooh,
We
two
have a
Trunks, two
tie.
I'm gonna
Cable.
go with Mike now.
I don't think
Okay.
Mike is set up to do this. We'll see.
Well, you know what, Mike?
we can relay.
I don't even think we've
Just
covered
post
this
it in
with
the-
you, Mike.
in the. Oh.
So
man.
the way this works is if there is a tie, we go to our our god of death metal cast, the man,
Yeah.
the myth, the legend, who is running things behind the scenes. In this
Actually,
case,
what's
it is
what's
Mike.
Brian doing right now? Mike, can I call Brian? Is he available? Because I can just like.
We'd also ask Sam.
Well, no, but Mike is
I
here
have no
listening to
idea
us.
what Brian is doing. I just know that
but
he's
can
not
hear
here.
Mike. Yeah, Mike, just say.
Yeah.
Trunks and
And
Cable.
Liam will
Yeah.
report back honestly.
Yeah, I can hear.
I have to vote for. I have to vote for Cable.
Mike is voting for Cable, and thus Cable wins the matchup. Thank you, Mike. I'd say with some.
Wow, I didn't think I would win that one.
Wow.
Chad, you said
Okay,
I was confident. I was not. I had given up hope.
that was a close one. Oh my
Wowzers.
gosh.
It really
They're
was.
pretty evenly
Okay.
matched.
It's a cool matchup.
As
It's
presented,
a
it is
fun
cool.
matchup. You know what? Something we didn't talk about, and I'm curious what you all watching at home think about this. There is a version of Trunks that is potentially way more powerful, which is his Xenoverse version. That's Xenoverse is just one timeline. The Dragon Ball Heroes version, essentially,
Yeah.
typically called Xenoverse version. I'd be
DeviantArt
curious.
Trunks.
What? Yeah. the official fan fiction version of Trunks.
Yeah.
I'd be very curious what you guys, what you all would think if we brought a Xenoverse Dragon Ball character into Death Battle in the future. Because it would definitely be a whole different
Yeah.
thing than the
For
normal.
It
sure.
kind
Dragon
of
Ball.
almost be more fair against a comic book character. They're kind of like
Mhm.
equally crazy bananas. So
Kind
Well,
of like what we did with like Archie Sonic.
Um,
Like
yeah.
like the equivalent of
well,
that,
and
but
Trunks
for
is
Dragon
arguably more of a main character in the
Mhm.
Xenoverse stuff because he's like the Time Patrol guy,
Ball. Yeah.
right?
Time Patrol.
Yeah, which is the big like main arc is or like story. What am I thinking? Driving force of Xenoverse is the different
The
timelines
point.
and things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So
Premise.
might be interesting to cover that character in the future. Let us know what you think of that. If you have no idea what the fuck Xenoverse Dragon Ball is, don't worry.
I don't got answers for you. I don't fucking know either.
It's fine. All right. Anyway, that wraps up today's Death Battle cast. Again, go check out Red vs. Blue Family Shatters right now, or stick around for Achievement Hunter on RTTV if you're watching this live. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys as well for coming on. Billy, I'm just so excited to see how what the future looks like for Red vs. Blue Family Shatters because it's so much fun.
yeah, I really hope everyone gets a chance to go watch it. It's great.
Yeah. All right. That'll do it for us. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. Be awesome. We'll see you next week.
Let's
Bye,
roll that
everybody.
preview one more time.
Yeah, I want to watch it again.